Welcome back to Tea and Toys. I missed this one, especially on the back of all the news with the Kenner Marvels. Arrested, i.e. they ain't coming back. We have got the Book of Boba Fett retro series have been sort of shown off their little figures. The 3D renders are being shown off. So first up, Boba Fett from the DUNE. Again, I probably will pick up some of the figures from this set, and yeah, Boba Fett without his helmet in Tusken Raider outfit, not exactly the most excitable of figures. Probably, arguably, not Boba Fett, as we all know and love him. So there he is first up. And then Cad Bane, this is a character I actually do like and did enjoy him in the Clone Wars saga. Was he in an episode of Rebels as well? Or am I completely wrong in thinking that? Either way, Cad Bane, definitely one I will be picking up. Then FENNEC Shand. You can see she comes with a removable helmet, so that's quite cool. So I've shown her both there in her pictures with and without the helmet. Looking forward to her. I actually think she's actually quite a cool character and kind of works with the aesthetic of Star Wars. The next up is KRRSANTAN. Definitely want this guy in my collection. Sucker for bounty hunters, and will definitely be picking him up with the others. And then what looks like to be a recolour of the Tusken Raider. Now I'm sure the Tusken Raider from the Book of Boba Fett series, I think the clothes should be darker. Like, this seems lighter than it should be, but he looks like he's definitely a repaint of the original figure. So no new sculpting here from this guy. But still going to pick him up to go with the, well, we'll come to that bit, see if he does go with the other one. And then we get essentially a reissue of the Mandalorian figure. I actually do think that this one, instead of just coming with the sword instead of the big gun, it should have had a removable helmet, and it should have been listed as Guy Jajaran on the box. But there we go, it's basically a reissue with the Darksaber. So if you do need this figure, just take the big rifle out of his hand, take the Darksaber from Augusto Freen's character, can't remember the Star Wars character's name right now, and put it in his hand, and then you've got this figure. So this is not a necessary one you need to pick up. Same with GROGU this time around, not Call the Child on the box, called GROGU. Similar gimmick that they did in the 97 run of figures, where they did Luke, and you can stick Yoda on his back, and Yoda came with a backpack back then in that toy line. But same thing again, he comes with another frog to fill out the accessories. Again, not one you need to get if you've already got GROGU, and they obviously they're showing off the gimmick you get with the Luke Skywalker from the Return of the Jedi line, which will be being released soon enough as of this video. So it looks like Luke isn't actually part of this wave, as they had originally said. So we've got all the figures that they said they are releasing, with Luke not being one of them, because he is a part of the Return of the Jedi line. So it's not a reissue with a Book of Boba Fett card back. So let's go through, let's do the rundown of figures. I always do a rundown of the retro figures, and I've put question marks next to the second wave of Star Wars stuff, because there's been no announcement outside of the, hey, we're doing a box version of these figures. Why Hasbro and or Disney are not putting these out at mass retail in single card packs, we don't know. It seems like a no-brainer. The first wave of Star Wars sold amazingly. The first wave of The Empire Strikes Back sold amazingly, and from what I can see, all pre-orders seem to be sold out for the Return of the Jedi wave. So why they wouldn't want to release these figures at mass retail, considering this wave has 3 core characters from that first movie, is absolutely unknown to me. It's crazy why they wouldn't be releasing this as mainstream mass retail line. Questions have to be asked as to why we're getting more of the newer stuff at mass retail, which tends to go on sale and sits on shelves, versus the original stuff. So again, questions need to be asked. And then we're still missing these characters. We've had 2 Boba Fett since then. Now we're missing a few of those from Empire Strikes Back as well. More from the Bespin range, and a lot of Imperials from that. All the bounty hunters have been released or being released. As of this video, Zuckers and Forlom are on their way, so they're all done. So we've had 2 waves from The Empire Strikes Back, and 2 announced from A New Hope. 1 from Return of the Jedi so far. Again, a lot of characters we'd love to see from this. A lot of Jabba Palace guys, a lot of Ewoks. Still need a whole host of Ewoks, and come on, we need the old Imperial Guard as well. And Power of the Force line, we want to see these characters. We want to see new stuff from the original trilogy put in this retro line. We want that removable helmet Han Solo to go with a removable helmet Luke Skywalker. These figures need to happen, and if I'm honest, on the back of the Marvel Kenner stuff being cancelled, let's face it, is cancelled, I am more annoyed that we're not getting more Star Wars true retro stuff from those original vintage action figures. We want to see more of them. They are the ones that are selling. They are the ones that the fans are crying out for. They're even the ones that the little guys want as well, because most of the time they prefer this old stuff to the new stuff which Disney are trying to push on us, which just isn't that good. The Power Force again, guess what, these. As you know, I have kicked and screamed about these droids figures and the Ewoks figures, and if they can do these ones, hey, I'm sure there'll be connections to get these scanned or try sculpting new versions of these prototypes. And again, we've had a Mando Wave 1, we've had a Mando Wave 2, we've had an Obi-Wan Kenobi wave. I can't see them doing another wave of that one. And so this is the breakdown. So far, we've had 1 mass retail release of a Star Wars line, consisting of 6 figures. A second one only announced as a San Diego Comic-Con thing, as a box. Will we be seeing as a readily available version of the R2-D2 wave? We don't know. Again, we've had 1 Empire Strikes Back wave at mass retail. The second, technically, wave split into 3 exclusive boxes only available through Amazon. Very frustrating. High prices again, which is another thing which is frustrating, which I do think killed the Kenner Marvel retro line. The price is far too high at £8, £9, £10. That's reasonable for this type of line, in my opinion. Hey, I understand that things aren't as simple as that and as black and white, but come on. These are old things. You're just scanning and rejigging a figure. It can't be that hard or difficult. And the announced Return of the Jedi wave. That is versus more readily available figures that have been released from 2 series of Mandalorian, Kenobi, and now the Book of Boba Fett. We do need to see those additional figures from the original line with original characters from those lines put in there, like the Moff Tarkin. And they definitely need to revisit the Power of the Force, Star Wars Ewoks, and Star Wars Droids Animated Adventures. Well, that's me. Again, a little bit annoyed that we're not seeing more of the original stuff. What do you guys think? Do you want more of the old or more of the new? Don't forget to love, like, subscribe, and see you guys and girls in the next video.